Hey, Ciph, I'm very excited because this episode of Juan Epstein, guess who it's brought to you by?
Some kind of shaver?
That's exactly Bevel.
Bevel.
You should know the name by now.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure it was Bevel.
That's right. You go to getbevel.com. You support the Juan Epstein podcast. Use the code JuanEpFree. They'll give you the first month free. Now, Ciph, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And what a good night.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
I brought you the Beatnuts for your birthday.
This is a fucking great gift, yo.
Happy birthday.
We've been trying to talk to the Beatnuts for a while, yo.
Juju and Psycho Les both are here.
What's going on, people?
Yep.
Psycho Les is the only rapper I can impersonate. You ready? Yo's whatever.
That's
Yo's whatever.
You got it. You got it.
Nailed it.
Ciph, where do we even begin with this? Well, I think we should start by saying that Juju brought us gifts today.
Yeah.
Would you want to talk about the gift?
Juju brought me, because he can't believe that I do comedy, so he brought me a whoopee cushion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put this on
But
Snapchat.
it's the world's largest whoopee cushion, and it's called Flarp.
Hold on, I want to get a look at this. This is the, on Snapchat, this here would be the world's largest whoopee cushion that Juju brought for Ciph. And he brought me a shirt that says, "Who farted? Oh, wait, that was me." So that's the zone we're in to start out with.
Yeah.
I was just sitting outside. Ciph, we were just waiting, and me and Juju were talking, and he already dropped a gem on me that I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
We were talking about Tribe, and he said about the Jungle Brothers, he was like, we being the Beatnuts, we were to the Jungle Brothers what Jay Dilla was to Tribe.
Okay.
I said, excuse me? I didn't even realize that happened that early. So I guess we should start at the beginnings, the formation of the Beatnuts. And the order of who met who, and of course that includes, starting back then, fashion.
I don't want people to think the Beatnuts is one of my favorite groups because they're Latino, man.
No, it's like, that's what they think.
I know they think that, but it has nothing to do with it. I don't even, when they spit their little raps in Spanish, I don't even know what the fuck they're saying.
I know, and it's mangled Spanglish.
But it's
as they
the
speak.
beats.
We don't
I knew
even
about
know
the
what we
beats.
I know, from day one. So,
I don't understand.
So wait, so Juju, Psycho Les, fashion. Who met who first? How did the Beatnuts start?
I met Juju first, then we met Fashion.
Okay, and where'd you guys meet?
Neighborhood friends.
Corona?
Yeah, Corona, Jackson Heights.
Like how young? But we get deep with Juan Epstein.
We got to go deep.
High school.
Yeah, high school.
High school.
I used to hang out with my man Mo, who was his neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me and my man Mo used to hang
Yeah, get a little closer. Sorry.
Me and my
Loco
man
Mo.
used to hang out.
Juju, you got closer, but then your volume went lower.
Yeah, because I don't know, bro. I like talking.
Here, wear your headphones. There are headphones right there to help you keep your level, so you know, because I'm loud as ish. So hold on. So who's the Mo character?
DJ Loco Mo.
Loco Mo. And shit.
Okay.
He was it's better without these shit.
Okay,
I can't even
perfect.
hear myself with those things.
Was the volume on?
Yeah, I don't know where the volume is here.
It's like, will you help? We grab the volume.
I don't know this studio.
We got on there.
I got it. No, go ahead. Keep telling your story. I got it.
This studio's crazy.
Talk about Loco Mo.
Yeah, Loco Mo, whatever. He was his neighbor,
My boy,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Okay.
So I used
Corona,
to go
Queens.
to Loco Mo's house to cut records up.
Moco Mo.
Loco Moco.
So you weren't actually like a DJ. You just want to fuck around with records.
Nah, I was DJ.
Oh, you was a DJ?
Yeah. We
Juju?
used to be on to some breaks. And
Yeah.
Nah, the Jungle Brothers named me. Whoa, okay. Here we go.
Do
I
one
was like the Jungle Brothers.
But see, you got to be real, be direct, because you sound quiet on that one for some reason. I don't know why. That's my mic, so they probably have it potted intentionally low.
Yeah, they don't want to hear you talk.
No one wants to hear me talk that much.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, so you go over to Mo's house, cut it up.
Yeah, we over there. So anyway, that's how we met him, because he's always over at his house. And then I just happened to be over there one night.
Same high school?
Nah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't go to the same school.
Nah, I went to later on, we went,
because you got kicked out of one.
All bad kids end up in the same place eventually.
So where did you guys?
That's where we really met.
Where, was it like reform school or?
Nah, it was outreach program.
Center, yeah. In Flushing,
Queens.
get your GED and keep it moving.
Yeah.
So you're how old at that point? Like 16?
Yeah, 16, 17.
And getting in trouble.
Nah,
I mean, not anymore. In that school,
we were older than
it was all bad kids in that school, but we all got along for some reason. You know, it's like jail. You got the worst people in there, but everybody gets along.
And wait, Ciph, also, Ciph, I know you remember this, and I get confused.
Yeah.
What is the ethnic makeup of all the members of the Beatnuts?
Psycho Les is Colombian and Juju's Dominican, and they kicked out the Puerto Rican. Because they're fucking haters. Because they mad because we got passports.
I never kicked out nobody else.
So it's still, so you two become buds. Are your parents real into music?
At the time, not really. My mom's wasn't really a big supporter of all these records and shit. I was collecting.
And what about her own? But you didn't have music, and that was like Spanish music in the house?
Of course. Yeah, I was killing her crates, her stash, and all that. Yeah.
And what kind of stuff was it? Mostly Spanish or all kinds?
All Spanish, yeah. But she was into like Kenny Rogers, Julio Iglesias, and shit like that. You know,
like
Donna
Pop
Summers,
Rogers. Popish.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 80s shit. You know, Donna Summers.
Didn't they do a record together, Kenny Rogers and Julio Iglesias?
They might have. I feel like I've seen that 45.
I hope
should have.
If they didn't,
They better do it now.
Yeah, it's not too late. And what about you, Juju? How was the music in your house?
Always banging. Always. I had two older sisters that 17 years my senior. So they was always playing, you know, like Linda Ronstadt and Jim Grosh, Fleetwood Mac, all that shit. You know, I grew up listening to Casey Kasem.
So all kinds of pop stuff.
Yeah. Nah, we always had the radio on. You know, my sisters always listen to, you know, American pop music, and, you know, my mother always listened to Spanish music.
So neither of you guys grew up, when you were little at least, with, like, the soul music around you. That's music you went out and found.
Yeah.
And got into on your own.
There was always music when I was little. When we were, you know.
But it wasn't soul and R&B. It wasn't black music.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, there was that too.
Yeah.
Like
I'm saying, I mean,
in the neighborhood?
Huh?
Like
Yeah.
in the neighborhood?
My parents
Yeah, in the
was at parties all the time, and they used to play Michael Jackson. Everybody played Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Donna Summers, all
Let me
that.
put it to you
Bad
like this, man. I
Girls
was
and
listening
shit.
to radio before FM radio.
You know?
There wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Are you Benjamin
There wasn't
Button?
FM. Nah, I'm just saying.
He's 150 years old.
Seriously, FM radio came out in the 80s.
Oh, you mean with...
FM, stereo,
So you were just listening to the old...
AM. I listened to the radio when it was just AM.
See,
I know you
what's
don't
happening-
remember that shit.
Now,
I'm
what's
looking-
happening
There wasn't
here-
always FM radio.
And you had to put a dime in it.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking up on
What's
the FM.
happening here is Rosenberg is confused how two dirty immigrants got into black music.
I was
That's what he's
born
trying
in
to
this
say.
country, first
He's
of all.
trying
I
to
didn't-
say
why would you-
you're
I
a
did not-
disgusting immigrant.
I did
That's
not-
what you're saying.
I don't think I said that.
They're like, how did you hear black music?
No,
You
So there was no song. Come on, like you ain't hear Marvin Gaye on.
Well, no,
Casey
but you
Kasem
guys
played Marvin
went.
Gaye
But
and
let's be clear, you guys go
Gladys
deep.
Knight.
Yeah, you guys go deep.
You guys go deep
92
when it comes to that song.
KTU. That's how
Okay.
deep I go. You know, Carlos de Jesus. And he wasn't playing.
I was listening to music way before that. I'm saying.
So you start. So when? Okay. So then you hanging out at Mo's house. Where's Fashion?
Fashion, we didn't meet him yet.
Oh, he's not around yet.
He's not around yet.
So are y'all forming a group?
Nah, actually, like I met Les, and then we kind of like, I was doing street shit and all that shit, and it was like I said, Mo was a mutual friend of ours,
Right.
And then later on, after we had already met and like didn't really hang out for a while, that's when I met the Jungle Brothers.
Okay.
And then he kind of, then I started, like, you would hear me on the radio doing promos and stuff like that.
Rapping?
Yeah, not like doing beats and
Okay.
promos and getting shouted out as
Right.
Juju. And so he heard that and kind of hollered at me like, oh, you still doing that?
How'd you
Right.
meet the
Still
Jungle
doing it.
Brothers?
Huh?
How'd you meet the Jungle Brothers?
Oh, at a record shop in Downstairs Records on 43rd Street.
And they were just who was
It was actually upstairs, but it was called Downstairs Records.
Sounds right.
and who was in there from Jungle Brothers?
Africa.
Africa Islam.
Yeah, Baby Bam.
And you guys just started talking, just some record nerd shit, just started building.
Yeah, I was playing joints, and he heard, because back then, they had a turntable all the way in the far right corner, and it was like, no headphones, stuff like that. The whole store was hearing what you were playing.
But what were you
So he
buying? Like records to DJ with? Like
Nah, I was buying breaks.
you just liked breaks.
I was just, breaks.
You was just into
yeah,
like
because that's what it was about back then.
Right.
Coming back and forth
So you find you're looking for like what we now call samples.
Yeah.
But you was looking for like the ill break parts.
Yeah, I was looking for samples.
But were you buying hip hop records at the time?
Sample. Yeah, of course.
You were still buying, like, you'd buy some hip hop, you buy some breaks.
Cold Chillin' was out at that time.
Yeah.
You know, all the Cold Chillin' records.
Right. So you pick up a Kane, a Biz 12-inch, and then you
some breaks.
And a Tommy Boy record, and then you go back in the back and get some breaks.
Get some breaks.
And how early? What age were you when you got turntables, or do you have your own turntables?
Oh yeah, I was 14. My sister bought me.
Me too. I was 14.
Yeah, I was.
Your sister got. Okay,
that was a reach of a connection.
I was 14. Big T. I was also 14. No, well, you were
14 too.
I was 14 once.
No,
I was also 14 when I went. But no, but your sister at the time's 31. So she was able to cop you turntables.
That's
right. She was a grown-up.
She was an executive secretary at the Bank of Montreal.
And why? And wow, that's fire. And you were already into music enough and had aspirations that she was like, "I'm gonna get you turntables."
Yeah. Plus, like I said, I wasn't always like a good kid. You know what I'm saying? So I told her, "Yo, you buy me."
So she rewarded you.
I'll stay in the house.
I promise you, I won't. You know, I won't be in the street.
Did it help?
Yeah, of course it helped.
What about you, Les? Did you have turntables?
Yeah. Around
I can't tell you how
15.
far Les has leaned back in the
No,
chair.
but
Psycho Les.
But unlike Juju, Les does always make a concerted effort to get to the microphone. He comes all the way back to the microphone.
Like 15 years old. You know, one by one, I had to get my shits. You know, my mom's had to put one on layaway. I remember all that shit. You know, layaway days.
So you had the one good one and the one shitty belt drive one?
Nah, actually, yeah, I went through that stage for a minute. But finally, I got both of them shit.
And were you also into breaks and shit?
Of course, yeah. All of us, Mo, me, and once we met Jude, I just added to the clique, and we just, you know, we would go digging together.
So how do we end up getting to the spot of actually putting together a group?
Well, hanging around the neighborhood, we knew this kid, Ronnie. That was a boy of ours. He had a big ass crib, and we would always be partying there late night, had plastic bags on the window, so we would just be there all night, not know what time it was, not party. So we was always making beats and coming to the house with beats. So he was like, "Yo, I got a cousin that he's perfect for y'all." So what was his name? Fashion. Boom, Fashion comes in.
He's like, "What you guys need is a black guy in your group."
You want to be a real group? I know this black Puerto Rican guy. He'll make you guys really official.
So yeah, we would just be in the house doing demos.
Sleep. That was kind of the vibe.
You know? we had our little 4-track. We would be there straight passing the mic because there was no fucking up back then. You had to just run right through it and
Did you guys know what the fuck you were doing? Like from a recording standpoint, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we knew what we loved to do, and that was what we loved to do.
Early, what was the first thing you ever made that ended up becoming something that we one day heard?
I mean, the whole Chi Ali album was like all our demos.
Oh, we're skipping.
No, Ciph, relax. We're not.
I know, but
don't get nervous.
I'm getting nervous.
No, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous.
I gotta hear the Jungle Brothers stuff first.
Yeah, you're right.
Jungle Brothers stuff, Money Love.
Okay,
But were you doing beats for Jungle Brothers, or you were like?
Yeah, we gave them we was giving them
loops
and stuff like that. That's what I mean by like you made the whole, I don't know, it was the whole us being Dilla to them what Dilla was to Tribe. In the sense that, you know what I mean?
The young inspiration, like bringing them like excitement.
Young inspiration and kind of their secret weapons.
Right, and a secret weapon.
What I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by that. Like,
not saying you were producing every single thing that was happening, but you were bringing in the fire.
Af was my man, son. I was giving him beats with not wanting nothing in return.
You was happy to be around the studio.
And we co-signing a lot of stuff too.
Like, Chris Lighty's around. This is where Chris Lighty comes into play, right?
Our vibe around. That's where Chris Lighty came, because Chris Lighty, he's seen all of that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he gave us the reins to do the Chi Ali thing.
Because first he got
wouldn't
mad.
Just let us do.
He's like, "Who's these fucking Spanish?" And then it was actually
exactly.
Cool.
So wait, when did Chris? Ciph, I don't know this part either.
Chris Lighty was
road
manager / DJ too for Jungle Brothers. Or when Sammy wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was like the backup DJ and like road manager.
Yeah.
Wow, so you guys got to know Chris Lighty from
That's why they call him Baby
early.
Chris.
We're the
Baby
ones
Chris.
I'm telling you, rest in peace, homeboy. You wouldn't even know who the Beatnuts was if it wasn't for him.
Yep.
I mean, how many people?
I mean, thank you, Africa, from Jungle Brothers. He really, he gave me the opportunity to produce stuff for Moni Love and things like that. But Chris Lighty really gave us the chance as a group to,
well, Chris Lighty was
make a name for ourselves.
Yeah, he saw you were doing music with the Jungle Brothers in Africa.
He saw two Spanish
Chris Lighty
dudes that would do something for
was a
nothing.
business guy.
Let's not fool ourselves.
Matter of fact, can you help me with the build a garage?
We just happen to be amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my mom needs to paint her house. What are you guys doing this weekend?
Wait, so
you guys
Jungle
doing?
Brothers first album, you giving them?
Check this out. Instead of selling oranges, I got this 14-year-old kid. Jungle
So you're
Brothers
giving
are
them
too
beats,
busy to
samples.
record an album for him.
What about Did you have anything to do with what's my favorite Jungle Brothers song?
Coming through. JB's coming through.
We was there.
We was there the whole thing.
You were there for
time.
JB's coming through?
Hell yeah.
All of that.
What you gave him some of that?
That little voice with that on the kid, remember with Red Alert? Red Alert brought his son in. All that, we was there.
So you was there for that. That's one of my favorite
we were
records
there
of
for
all
that.
time.
I can't lie. We were there for a lot.
So then,
I
is
think
Tribe around? Is Q-Tip around? Or-
Here and there.
Starting to come around?
Yeah.
So you was really
'cause that
like,
was it. That's what Tribe stemmed from.
yeah.
Them.
Well, it's funny. I always say, and I said this to Tribe when we had them on here. I always feel like Low End Theory is Tribe's first album,
Right.
because People Instinctive Travel is kind of like a hybrid Jungle Brothers
Absolutely.
Tribe, like a pre-album.
Right.
Because
You mean in terms of the feel? Just like they
the
were
feel of it, yeah. The samples,
like they were just
using.
continuing the Jungle Brothers.
They were
Yeah.
really the native tongues at that
Right.
time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
See, by the time Law and Theory came out,
It's Tribe.
they not really the native tongues no more.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
Tribe
Tribe now.
Called-
Yeah, like, I would put, that album,
But-
their first album under the native tongue
Yeah.
flag.
But El
But Law
Segundo,
and Theory was
Wallet and El Segundo, and Push It Along, like they had like, I don't know how to explain it, but the Jungle Brother feel.
No, I get it. It's
Like
just,
Straight Out the Jungle to me sounds like Left My Wallet and El Segundo. Like they're similar. They were made on the same machine. How it sounds in my head.
yeah. Nah, you could say,
same
like I
studio.
said, it flies under the same flag.
That is the same studio.
Same studio. All
The
that
Jungle
shit.
Brother, that Jungle Brother stuff,
Yeah.
and People's Instinctive was
Hell yeah,
all them working
that
the same spot.
Calliope, all that shit.
I can't believe you guys were already.
Promo.
I've always thought, though, like Tip's ears has always been a little more refined to me. Just even with our conversations at that time about music.
What do you mean? You always thought that he just had a really strong ear?
No, yeah, like I always knew that, he always wanted to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I knew that we shared the same train of thought as far as,
Records?
records and, the vibe and where shit was going.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that we're talking about a group who was around in the formation of Native Tongues, right?
Yeah.
And is there from the Jungle Brothers and didn't get your real big commercial hit until Off the Books? 98?
Well, yeah.
Rain of the
that
Tech
wasn't our first,
was our first hit.
Well, yeah.
Rain of the
Yeah, I guess
Tech.
I'm thinking about when you
No,
went
like-
all the way
yeah,
there.
like-
Rain and Tech was
Because, like,
all
by
the way
Watch
there.
Out Now, we're talking
Where
about,
we-
like, club rec,
Like
straight up.
before they completely ass raped me. You're
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
My
Thank you very much.
OCD is not.
All right, so go back, relax. So, first,
You're already at Reign of the Tech.
no. We're not going to take it.
Chia Lee.
No, Chi Ali album. Well, and so you're doing the Jungle Brothers stuff. You guys get any credit for the Jungle Brothers stuff?
When
You got
I'm out in New York,
Shout-outs.
You know what I
You-
want to hear.
You get shout outs. You
get
read
props
the
over
credit
here.
in the back.
Come on,
Shout to
son.
Beatnuts.
wait. So
You know
you
what I'm saying,
So you got.
Cipha?
So you
Yeah,
guys
I
just
know.
got credit. So it was just for credits at that
yeah,
point,
yeah.
and you were
You-
happy.
Now you were the
Happy,
Beatnuts,
yeah.
though. You had become the
Yeah.
Beatnuts.
Actually, the outreach center that we used to go to, we had other rappers in there, and they knew we had beats, and they just started calling us the Beat Kings. So one day I had Black Medallion days. I had a black medallion. I turned it around and I wrote Beat Kings, and we rolled up to the studio with that shit. Like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
that's
So,
Africa and them.
Africa was like, yo, who the fuck are the Beat Kings? I was like, that's us. It's like, that nigga started laughing at us. He was like, yo, y'all niggas ain't kings. Y'all niggas is nuts.
Yes.
Woo!
Y'all niggas is nuts.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, this is a time when everybody's really Afrocentric.
Right.
Niggas was getting high, nothing.
And we was
you got
them
me and
niggas.
this two nigga going up to the studio with guns and
40
all
ounces,
regular shit.
blunts, and all that shit. So it's like,
We getting into arguments with fucking Brother Jay from the X Clan.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What did you argue with Brother Jay about? That's Brother Jay.
Yeah, son. You know, we was on some, and then it was like, in other words, like this, and I don't mean this is an insult, but we were the real black sheep of the native tongue.
Right. Actual black sheep.
Yeah, because
Wait, so was Brother Jay was he arguing with you because he was super righteous and trying to get you guys
He
straight?
tried to get me on that Egyptology shit.
And you
I
guys
was like, get the fuck
Get
out
the
of here.
fuck
bro.
out of here.
me and this nigga used to fight. He used to tell me all the time, yo, shut up. Because I'll be in the tribe sessions, and I'll be telling this nigga, like, yo,
Yeah,
why they
like-
doing all this jazz shit? Like, we want to hear some hard shit. And he was like, yo.
I'm like, you gotta let them do
He's
their
like, yo,
thing.
we'll
You know
do
what I'm
that
saying?
shit. We'll
Like,
do
we're
that
guests
when it's
here.
our turn. We'll do that hard shit. So
Yeah,
I
but
was
y'all
like,
have mad jazzy shit too.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
you know, I
but
was
with
still.
nobody at the time, bro.
But if you listen to what we was
Hey,
talking
yo,
about,
tell Ron Carter, get the fuck out of here, yo.
you know, it was jazzy. But if you listen what we was talking about.
No, it was not. What you're talking about was
Yeah, and thank God that he didn't listen to you, because we wouldn't have tried, bro.
Yo, hold on.
They would have had a little
followed your
edge to them.
lead.
Hey,
That would have been a little more.
a little more.
Look.
Q-Tip would have been in
A
jail,
little more. What?
rehab, all kinds of shit.
Okay, this
Know
is
what I'm
this
saying?
is
So who's native tongues? De La's around?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Lonzo Brown, hell yeah.
So how do you guys get along with everyone, though, considering you're the young, gun-packing lunatics? How did you guys get – because that's not really what any of those dudes are about. I mean, no one's soft, but that's not what their vibe is.
First of all, the only reason that any of that, was because, you got to remember the neighborhood that we lived in. You know what I mean? Like, we had 7 train, one way in, one way out.
Yep.
You're coming from Manhattan. I got problems with Woodside all the way down to
So it's
where I
not that
live.
you guys were the worst kids at that
Yeah,
point.
it wasn't
but
like I'm a stick-up
you-
kid. I wasn't
right,
a
right.
stick-up kid. I'm
But
just
you-
trying to get home. In
Right,
one
right.
piece.
But you weren't – you
'Cause
just
I'm
being
at
careful.
Calliope till 4:30 in the morning, all these ungodly hours.
So, but you
That's
guys
just
just-
the way you rolled that.
And so you guys
at that time.
but you guys just musically were just on the same page as these dudes.
That's
80s,
really
man.
what we was all connected.
You got to
Our
remember
crates.
it's the 80s, my nigga. Everybody was rolling around like that.
Right.
It ain't like I was extra.
Right.
If it wasn't a
just
gun, it
covering-
was a knife or
Just
something.
covering
Right,
my
right.
ass.
It's the hard little pistol packing punk, dope smuggler. Lethal when I kill, I go straight for the juggler. Back again to hit you with the junkyard punk. Shit gets out of hand, I got a tech in the trunk.
I mean, he said it right there. He said
It's the hard little pistol packing punk drug smuggler.
Oh, drunk smuggler.
Dope smuggler.
Dope smuggler.
sorry.
I always say don't fuggler, and that's not even a word. So, I mean, who knows? All right, so so you do these JB's beats, you get some shout-outs. Next thing is Moni Love.
Yeah.
And what record for Moni Love?
Pups Licking Bone.
Pop Slicking Bones, yep.
Okay, and that leads to, is this what leads to Chris Lighty being like, oh, hold on, y'all got some shit?
Nah, he already knew what was going on before that,
But he was starting to get into his business sense.
Yeah.
He's starting to
By the
manage
time-
more people. He got Chi Ali.
Yeah, he had Chia Lee and Hot Dog. I don't know you remember Hot Dog
Yeah,
from
Hot Dog.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Nah, but Hot Dog was one of the Hitman Howie T's boys, though.
Yeah.
What was the name of that crew?
Chub Rock and
Yeah, but
the
yeah,
A-Team.
Yeah. That
Well, there was
Hot
a group,
Dog,
the A-Team, yeah.
Hot Dog was a dancer.
You know Hot Dog got a gun in his pants in the Treat 'Em Right video?
Yeah, I believe it.
So who told us that? Were you there?
When
think
haven't
C
I
told
had
me
a
that.
gun in my pants?
I don't is that a story from us?
Maybe not. C told me that. C goes, watch the Treat 'Em Right video, and he said there was some dudes on the video calling Hot Dog soft. He's like, oh, word? I'm soft because I'm a dancer? And he put the gun in his pants where it's showing while he's dancing.
You know, Hot Dog used to be my nickname also. I loved hot dogs.
Sausage Boy.
He was like,
Call me the Jewish sausage boy.
All right, so Chi Ali, so Chris Lighty gets Chi Ali a deal. What label was that?
Relativity.
Duh.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Relativity slash
Hey,
violator.
welcome, Ciph. Welcome to the party,
right,
Ciph. Hey, yo.
Relativity
So boom,
slash violator.
that's a connection we're going
violator,
to
right.
learn about.
welcome to the Reminisce Show.
So you did
Yep.
the whole...
Yo,
the
but
whole
listen,
Chi Ali album?
before we even get into that
Oh,
Chi Ali project wasn't even meant for us, remember?
Okay.
It was really Africa's project. And Africa was like, yo, I don't got the time to do this project, so I'm gonna pass it over to Beatnuts. So that's how we got.
And you were like, we got time,
we was like, fuck that, let's do that. Hell, we was open.
And you passed over your own demos? These were records that you
that's
guys were
what
rapping
I'm saying.
on?
Yeah, so yeah, practically all of them Chi Ali songs was old Beatnuts demos.
Fire.
So we already had joints that were fire.
Chi Ali album is very dope.
It is.
You did every beat on there?
Everything.
The whole album?
Yep.
How long did it take?
2 weeks. Seriously.
'Cause you already had a lot
I
of
don't
the-
remember, but it was
quick.
Nah, we was
very
rapping in there,
quick.
yeah.
Right. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like,
'Cause
with
it-
all due respect,
Black Sheep,
nah,
there was a lot of
there was
people
a lot
involved,
of,
too.
Remixes, like Mr. Long.
Yeah,
did,
Mr. Long was around, yeah.
Mad did the ill remix on that, and I think someone else. No, I
Dove from Daylight did a
Dave,
lot of
yeah.
writing.
But Funky Lemonade
he did
remix
a
is
lot
you
of
guys,
that.
right?
Yeah.
And Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Whoa.
Yeah, that's Mr. Long.
Mr. Long produced that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, both.
Oh, the remix. Oh, he did the one that it's not the original version that popped off, right? Or it is.
Yeah, I think so. The girls look
Roy
so
Ayers sample?
good.
I think it's the remix.
The
that
Brooklyn
popped
sample?
off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Mr. Long.
Good for Mr.
Pretty
Long.
sure Mr. Long.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, and Dave from
Damn, I don't even have
De
it.
La Soul, Dove, lot of writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, the big ones were him. On the
Oh, really?
writing.
Did he get credit?
Yeah, of course. I
He
think
did.
he even rhymed on
The
the
Roadrunner.
Lemonade remix.
He wrote the Roadrunner.
Yeah, the
Roadrunner's
Roadrunner.
bitchin'.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I need
but
to-
that
why
was
don't I
us,
have
though.
this?
The music, that was us.
Wow. So, do you guys make any money?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit?
For kids that age?
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all both,
30 stacks?
y'all both live in a home still? You live in a home?
Yeah.
I live in a shelter right now.
No, back then.
You know, now we're talking about now.
No.
I'm
Back
sorry.
then,
then.
you were in a shelter back then?
I don't know.
It-
No, back then, no, I wasn't. I was still living with
Not yet.
Okay.
Now I'm in a shelter.
But then you were with your moms at the time.
Yeah.
So you make a little bit of money off this Chi Ali project. Wait, what comes after that? Common?
Yeah.
Some of those Common remixes?
So now you're in the
not yet,
relativity
not yet.
system.
Not yet, okay.
Not
hold
yet.
on.
Listen.
Slow your roll.
All right, so we do the Chi Ali project.
Okay.
Too
We
old
wrote,
for this. Do you
Fashion
remember?
wrote
Come
a
on.
lot too.
You guys are
Because
killing me
remember,
with
Fashion
this. Do you
had something to
remember?
do with the demos, the Beatnuts demo. So Fashion was in the studio with us.
Did
helping.
beats? He did beats too?
No, he was just rhyming.
Right,
Okay,
right,
right.
But he would, break it down for Chi and tell him
Yeah.
how to rhyme and shit.
Okay.
So Relativity was like, who the fuck are these guys, the Beatnuts, that wrote and produced all this shit? And that's how our deal came. Mm-hmm. And
made one of the greatest records of all
we
time.
just did Intoxicated Demons after that.
Was it always a plan to do an EP first? That's what they wanted?
No.
Thank God that's settled.
We was check this out. We was doing an album.
Okay.
In the middle of the album, Fashion gets locked up, goes to jail. So we had enough songs to we was like, fuck it, the EP, and that was it. You know,
Reign of the Tech.
You know,
Reign
that's
of
one
the
of the
Psycho
greatest.
Dwarf.
Psycho Dwarf.
No Equal.
I think
No
the
Equal,
Intoxicated
Story.
Demons EP
Here we go. I know what
is
you're
one
going to
of
say.
the greatest albums in hip hop.
Wow, thank you, Cipha.
And I was going
World
to
famous, Reign of the Tech. Fucking joints
Story.
on it, man.
No, it was great records. I think for that time, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Reign of the Tech is still so hard right now.
There's a lot of
It's not really
things I think
Spanish
are
all the
great.
way. It's more like
It's
Afro
more
Spanish.
So Afro-Spanish.
Damn,
Yo.
see?
It's not really Spanish all the way, but it's more Afro Spanish. You're listening to the world's famous. You're listening to the world's famous.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that shit's very cool. That
Kid
shit's still
Frost
cool.
or anything like that for La Raza.
Yo, Ciph,
Yeah.
would you say that it's hands down
Not
the greatest?
that Kid Frost isn't cool.
Yeah, I was about to
See,
say,
that's why I hate
you got to be
radio.
careful on interview. No, you're fine. You covered it
I
up.
love Kid Frost.
But a different vibe
he
in New
should
York.
just tell his son to stop sampling our shit.
Oh, who's his son? Who samples your
His
shit?
son, the kid.
Kid Frost? Is
No,
Kid.
the one that did the Snoop record with the It
Y'all
Takes Two
trying to
sample.
fuck me over. I heard he did that one too.
No,
I heard he did the all y'all trying to fuck me over with the off the book sample for 50.
Oh,
Oh,
Heard he
really?
did that one too.
what's the kid's name that did those records?
I
You
didn't know that
it.
was Kid Frost's son.
You didn't know that?
No.
What's the name of that Snoop record?
DeVille or something.
Scoop DeVille.
Scoop DeVille is Kid Frost's son?
Yes.
I know nothing about rap. I'm retiring from this
Because you
podcast.
hate Spanish people.
Oh, again, the full circle. We're coming full circle again.
You ain't Sephardic.
I am not Sephardic.
That's
I wish I
cool.
was.
Like, and I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know whether to think, oh shit, it maybe I don't know.
Wait, so
Where's
what are you
Idols?
saying?
That's
What do
why
I
he's
think?
I was going to say, was this not
flipping
the greatest? Was this not the greatest rap EP of all time?
I don't know. It's my favorite. What's all the EPs?
I mean,
Yeah, I
all
don't
sold
know.
out. Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Nah, this is better than
This
that.
is better than that.
All right, that's very good, but this is better.
Uh,
I don't know. It's one of my favorite albums, man.
because it has balls.
But you know
That's
what?
why
It was an
fucking
EP
hard.
that
Reign of the
had a
Tech-
lot of skits and interludes in between that filled
gonna
it up
front,
and
though,
made
that-
it sound like an album.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was really like
Six songs, right?
songs, yeah.
Ice Cube got a LEP too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
Kill
Kill
at
It
Will.
Will.
Kill at Will.
There's Ice Cube. Digital
You
Underground.
right.
MVP.
You right, Jew.
You know what's up, son?
Yo,
Yeah.
Jew.
Come on, bro.
Who looks at me? Rosenberg or Juju?
I think we both
I
did.
don't lie.
Yo,
I don't lie, Cipha.
but no, you never lied. But yeah, yo, Reign of the Tech is one of my favorite songs.
When that kicks in right now, when that drum kicks
Yo.
in right now,
That shit is one of the
Right meow.
right now.
Right meow.
like when Reign of the Tech came out. What year was that? 94.
No, what? 92. Don't
92.
play yourself right now in front
So
of
how
everybody.
did I hear
No,
that cut up?
93.
92.
Oh, Kid Capri.
I think it's 92, right?
Was Kid Capri playing that?
Yeah, 92.
92. Come on.
92.
It's the one thing I do well is dates.
Who was playing that on the radio?
Red Alert.
Red Alert?
Somebody. I have a version in my head of somebody cutting it.
I know Ralph McDaniels was the first one playing the video.
Oh,
I
the
know
the
that.
video's
video,
crazy.
but that's after.
I got to watch the video. I got to be honest, I don't remember the video.
Who knows?
Kids nowadays with the
I don't
helicopter.
remember.
And you got to remember that sample comes off that Diamond, the Diamond remix
Of Punks Jump Up?
with
Those
Sadat.
guys, yeah.
So John Wayne,
Punks
that
Jump Up.
sample's so ill.
The punks jump up to
Get
get
beat
beat
down.
down.
All right. Anyway, okay. So
Man,
I ain't
Intoxicated
going
Demons.
front, son, man. DITC, man, they always been aligned
Yeah.
with
Oh,
us,
yeah.
like, mentally. And
But like that's what I'm
everything.
saying. So like you come from native tongues, Jace.
Hold on, guys. Here it is.
Go.
You hold a gun?
He had a gun. Why are we alone with him? He had a gun in this video.
We had everything in
They was
that
doing
video.
World Star videos
That
back
video was like the first niggas with coke,
Look at Juju.
guns,
Coke,
helicopters,
Yeah, stereotypes.
Fucking-
Good job, you fucking
We
Spanish
shut
Yo.
down.
fuckers.
gold fronts and all that. I don't
shut
like,
it down.
you know, we had all
These
that.
niggas was
early,
Chief Keef early.
early.
Yo,
was
you're
over
waving the
after
gun.
that.
Jude,
It
you're
was
waving the
over
gun in the
after
video.
that.
You guys are waving the guns.
Over after that. No more guns on MTV after that video.
Oh, yeah.
That was the video that,
that was
shut
that was
the
one
whole
of them.
shit
That was
down.
one of them. When
Oh, my gosh. And they're
No, that was the one.
Hold on. Are they blurring
No more
out
after
cocaine?
Done after that.
I can't. But yo, shout out to Ralph for playing this shit because this. I gotta be honest. I remember from the radio, not the video. This video's hard.
And big shout out to my man David Shady Perez, man,
Yep,
for fucking
yep.
not questioning anything
Rocking
and
the
just
video.
filming whatever we told him.
Well, that's because you had a gun.
You're holding huge guns in this video.
yeah,
So then, all right. So look. So you're down native tongues. You're down with Q-Tip, De La. They're all cool. LONS, I'm sure, is around. Black Sheep is around,
Yeah.
obviously. Chris Lighty, that whole crew. But then you also get cool, or from what I remember from records and shout-outs, there's DITC.
Yeah.
There's Pete Rock.
Yeah.
The whole crew of,
Wait, Juju-
of diggers. Large Pro.
Those are-
Where's
yeah.
Large Pro in
Oh,
there?
man, Large Pro, that's my
neighborhood
brother,
too.
man.
Yeah.
From the
Like,
hood.
From
that's
the
my
hood, right?
brother. You know, he from Flushing. I'm
Yeah.
from Corona. And, you know, I was fortunate enough to meet him through, you know, my boy, Dr. Butcher, the original Dr. Butcher.
Coogee Rap.
And I was, man, like, I'm proud to say I was in the studio for Breaking Adams. You know?
Oh, yeah.
All
Crazy.
that while they was doing Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
So you guys
Peace
used to
is
just
not the word to
everyone
play
just
with.
used to go to the studio together every night, like
If
at
you
least
hear hanging out, I'm in hanging out.
what?
They're like, Juju, where you going tonight at the end? If you hear hanging out.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
just
right. When he's
hanging
shouting
out,
everybody, yeah.
Whoa. All the way back.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
I mean, Queens was like, especially in my neighborhood, it was, you know, Coogee Rap lived like 2 blocks away from. I grew up on 101st. Cool G Rap is from 100th Street.
Would you grow up on 101st Street, Avenue,
101st Street and
Drive,
37th
Drive,
Avenue.
Lane? You know, it's Queens. We don't understand.
101 Street and 37th.
And 37th Avenue.
Yeah. and G
Okay.
Rap
Very
is
confusing.
from
It's very
100th
confusing.
Street.
Ciph, didn't De La tell us that Juju was in one of the secret groups
Yes.
with Q-Tip? Didn't you guys have a group?
Yeah, the Fabulous Fleas.
There you go, the Fabulous Fleas. You, was
That's
it you, Mike?
Paz's idea.
It was you, Paz, and Q-Tip?
Me, Paz, Q-Tip, and Africa.
Oh yeah, Africa. Yeah.
Africa too?
Yeah.
I thought it was yesterday.
No, it was Africa, Paz, me, and Tip.
Nothing ever happened with this group.
Fabulous. We're the Fabulous Fleas, yo. I think it's funny because we all have like one song.
You did a record though.
Yeah, I have like 2 joints.
What do you have them on?
Because the thing is that no.
Where are they?
Oh no, I have my shit.
On a reel?
Somewhere
No,
On a computer?
On a
I
cassette?
got my shit on cassette.
On cassette, okay.
Yeah, because you got to remember this was happening while they were recording. So it's like if it's
it's in
on
their
anyone's
reels.
reels, it's
On their reels.
Right.
Tip's
Tribe,
reels,
like a Tribe reel.
or
De La.
De La
Or De La.
reel. It's
So
Jungle
they would do a
Brothers
De
reel.
La song or a Tribe song, and they'd be like, "Oh, throw this beat on," it, and then you fuck around and
And
do
then,
it.
yeah, because we're the ones that when everyone goes home, we're the ones left.
Yeah.
A meeting of the minds.
And back then, thinking of weird names was the shit. You know?
That honestly, that's where the
Fabulous
that's where the
Fleas. What the
Fabulous
fuck is
G
that?
came from. 'Cause we're
Fabulous G. Ali.
Exactly. We
Wow.
were the Fabulous Fleas.
Fabulous G. Ali works better, I'll be honest. I think it worked out for the best.
Yeah.
For everyone. How did the EP do?
That's funny, man.
EP did
how
great.
much- I could only imagine how much that stuff would be worth. By the way,
Yeah, you think?
we'll be selling Juju's cassette here on
Juan Epstein exclusive.
One Epstein exclusive.
Oh, you know what, Ciph? Speaking of selling,
Juju's gonna go back and dig that up.
Yo,
Well,
we're
you
not-
know,
we're not
you know
even
the
past
first.
the EP
I'll never
yet.
forget the first week of the EP sold 150,000.
No.
First week, and this is no downloads days. This is
Yeah.
vinyl and cassettes. So
150,000
the first week.
Les, that's
I'll
a
never-
lot back
yeah,
there,
that's
yo.
that's why we
Oh, but
took
you know
the
what?
fuck off.
I mean, I'm not trying to knock you. It is one of my favorite albums, but it was an EP, so it was a little less.
yes, it probably was $5.99.
Yeah, it was almost
Yeah,
gave,
so
but,
like-
but
So
still,
imagine
But
that
still.
it was $2.99 in Kmart.
in the hood, everybody had that. I would hear Rain of the Tech in Queens
Everywhere, yeah.
driving by everybody's car. Rain of the Tech, Rain of the Tech.
Are you serious? That must have felt incredible.
Unbelievable, man.
What you
That
gonna
shit, that EP took us around the world. You know?
Now, is Fat Joe around? at all?
Wait.
What?
Before you get to Fat Joe's site,
Okay.
I don't want you to do
Fat
something
Joe's
crazy.
in the video.
For Into the Tech.
Rain of the Tech.
Before we get to
Yes.
Fat Joe's site, I want to
He's
give a
in
shout out. I want to
he's
give a
in
shout out.
That video is in the second video.
How this is important, site. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Bevel.
Oh, please.
GetBevel.com.
Thank you.
You see you see Psycho Les, you see Juju, you see the kind of hair they have on their face.
Yeah,
it's
a-
like
it's
a coarse
curly
It's
hair.
a coarse curly
Yeah.
hair from their soulful Latin roots.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The thing about Bevel is their razor is meant for people with that coarse hair, Siph. And not only that, and this is the most important thing.
Please tell me.
People love Juan Epstein, right?
Yeah.
And what I know they love about it is that it's free.
Yeah.
So what we could do is, here's what you do. We don't need you to give us money, but if you're going to buy a razor,
Right.
go to getbevel.com and use the code WANEPFREE, okay? If you use the code WANEPFREE, they will give you your first month of Bevel razors for free.
And even if you have the smoothest, straightest hair, still cop a Bevel. It's still gonna work.
It's going to work. It's going to be an amazing, comfortable razor. Not only that, they support the Juan Epstein podcast. So head over to getbevel.com and use the offer code WANEPFREE to get that first month of Bevel free.
And girls, too.
And then you
Shave
could
the
use
bush
the
down.
razor.
I'm amazing.
Okay.
You know what
I
Psycho
use
Les
it.
just said?
Yeah, I heard. What
Okay,
you said.
good.
You
Now-
can use the razor to create. I don't know if you ever saw the FloJo video where that guy had just
It's
a
getting
line.
warm. Everyone wants to get sexy. For
Yes,
the
that's right.
beach.
Yeah, shave
That's
your
what it
chest.
is. You
Whatever
don't want
you
any
need.
stubble.
No, you need to be clean.
guy-
Gotta be at
You
the
need
beach.
to be
with-
clean. No stubble, nothing. That's what you got to do. Bevel. Let's go.
Look and see. This is what you. By the way, we're another podcast. Like, we've spawned now. Tons of podcasts. Like, there's rap podcasts everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm sure another one will be coming in moments from Juju.
Oh, man.
And aren't you
Man.
glad, Siph? Have you been seeing, Siph, that Nori is promoting his podcast everywhere?
Yes.
Going super hard.
Just heard about that today.
How happy are you
I'm happy.
that we stole the
I
Beatnuts
just hope
before
that-
Nori got
Oh
him?
yeah, right.
Nor because he's right. You know he's going to get you
Let's
guys.
see. I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Although
see.
I
I
love
love him. I would love to be.
Yo, I'll be honest. Nori and Juju
That's
on a
right.
podcast drinking together, nothing's needed to accomplish anyway.
I'm a huge Noriega fan.
Me too.
Always, man.
He's the greatest. But if you guys together drinking on a podcast,
That's family lamb right there.
he's the best. Shout out to Nori and the drink tramps. Even though they don't need they need to give us shout outs.
And I heard he's been drunk on every episode, so I can't wait to get there, bro.
All right, so Fat Joe, you said he's in the video for Reign of the Tech.
Yeah.
What video isn't he in that's important?
Touche. Now, how is it? Forget it. Fuck that. So
You're prioritizing. You decided it wasn't worth it. Keep going.
All right. So now you got
Intoxicated Demons.
Intoxicated Demons out, and then
Common.
wait, hold on,
We should be Common Sense now.
hold on. Where's VIC?
Ah, Vic.
VIC.
Where's VIC?
Groove Merchant.
Mentioned VIC.
Yep.
What's up with VIC?
Groove Merchant. Yeah.
Where's
of course.
VIC?
Him and Mike's big idea.
So what?
VIC
Mike,
is
Haran?
a part of the Beatnuts.
Yeah.
The whole EP. And
You know, VIC is my boy, son. That nigga VIC told me how to use an MPC.
Okay.
I was ill with
Here
the
we go.
breaks and everything. When I met VIC, he was doing house music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he seen that we was getting our thing on, and
Yeah.
he was my man, and he's still my man. And he's ill, son. Like, he taught me the technicalities of how
Putting the
to-
beats together.
Yeah, not how to put the beats together, but
The engineering
technically-
part. Yeah.
No, the
Machine,
Yeah, the like
the machine.
sampler,
how
the
to push the
machine.
buttons.
And
So
he
he's
was- and he was-
contributing to
He was a
Intoxicated,
big, yeah, he was a big part of Intoxicated Demon.
but he's not in the
Not
Beatnuts.
gonna lie. Yeah, of course he was.
Oh, he was a beat nut.
He's
Come
in.
on, he rhymed on World Famous.
All right.
I stood there 18 hours.
Yeah, by the way,
I wrote all that. I'm the Puerto Rican.
That's his beat. The
Puerto
world
Rican-
famous. That's
the-
VIC's
Vic
beat.
did the whole thing.
That's his beat.
He
The
crushed that.
Crushed that.
only rhyme that
his
Vic
beat?
ever spit.
World famous.
world famous.
It ain't
You're
world
listening to the
famous.
world famous.
The only
That's
rhyme
VIC.
that Vic ever spit, VIC.
Yeah.
You're obviously your leader.
Yeah. Well, you see
I
the Puerto
wrote
Rican
that for
hate that's
my
happening?
Oh, because he's Puerto Rican too.
There is
The
no
crazy
Puerto
Puerto
Rican.
Rican.
hate. I love that.
And
Son,
yo,
Come on,
just
son.
a different part of the same record.
I'm saying that's not
It is the same record. We just used a different part.
Right, different part of it.
part. I'm saying though.
Am I the only one that always forgets the street level and thinks it's called the Beatnuts?
Yo, we the illest.
You know what?
As
The
far
name
as
of the
that shit.
album was The Beatnuts, but on the cover
It
it
says
said
Street
Street
Level.
Level, so people would call it Street,
Street level, right. Okay, but
But
I'm
that
right.
was a
Isn't it?
sign in the
the beat nut.
picture.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're deep, bro. Like Led Zeppelin, we're deep like that.
Oh,
son.
don't say Led Zeppelin around.
Yeah, if you that's
Okay,
another
so-
thing. Like
Long story.
You know what I'm saying, though.
No, but yes, I used Led Zeppelin as a reference, and I got given a hard time
Yeah,
for it.
because we're like we're the Rolling Stone. Well, I like to believe that we are. We're like a Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin. Or
I think
what
so.
We are.
Like, in the
Come on,
beginning-
bro, Ciph.
in the
with you.
beginning, we
Come on,
didn't
man.
even want people to see our faces. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, we
At
don't
all
have
our
to put-
covers was always blurred out. Our faces.
Or just street signs.
Why?
Street signs or the logo, the red
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because we just want people to know us for our music. We knew once you figured out, oh, these are Latino niggas, we would be.
And
oh.
we already
Okay, I wanted to-
experienced the black. You know what I'm saying? The black. Oh, you're Spanish. Shut up.
Right. You definitely felt that.
Of course you did.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Like,
Ruby D
Yeah.
felt it.
Yeah.
Prince Whip felt it.
Everyone felt
I don't
it.
know.
So
what
I
you're
was
saying.
like, yeah, I want
I might
to.
sound black, but I'm a Puerto Rican. You might sound black by the way I'm speaking. But it was made aware of the fact that you was
Well,
that you wasn't black.
It's so
Right.
funny though. It's just so funny how race is a construct, right? Because for your world, it's such a big deal. Like growing up in the hood, the way people talk to each other, you know, you feel it. Then from my racial perspective, a totally more white bread one, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew you guys were Spanish, but you also looked like multi-ethnic, and like I didn't even think about it particularly, except
Right.
for the fact that you threw in Spanish.
Yeah.
Everyone
But
said
and
the
then-
N-word.
And then what kills me is like you're cool with all Large Pro, Q-Tip, a guy
Diamond
named
D.
Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Jungle
you still
Brothers.
get the hate.
That's
Yeah,
weird to
'cause,
me.
You know, you're cool, but you never.
You think the native tongues was hating on you on the low? Like behind your back? Like, yo, fuck these
No,
Spanish. I'm going to
I
steal their
think,
sample.
no, I'll be honest with you. No, I don't think any of them. Well, I'm not gonna say they weren't all scared of what we were, but I knew it wasn't something that they were, familiar with.
Right.
You know what I mean? In the sense.
Who else was out that was Spanish at the
Like
time?
I tell you, they used to bug out because we'll be holding. We have
All they
beers,
know is Scarface.
we're doing drugs.
How
Nah,
much-
well, they weren't even watching that stuff. But, I mean, they were good kids, man. These guys went to Mary Burcham. Come
Right.
on, son. I mean, this nigga come from the outreach program. These guys graduated from Mary Burcham, whatever the hell that is. That sounds like
We
a-
would roll up to the
sounds like
studio
a
with
fight.
40 ounces.
You know?
They in there drinking apple juice
Yo,
and,
bro, and I
and,
mean,
and
I-
orange juice with tuna fish sandwiches.
Yo,
know?
B, you know me. I don't mean that shit in any.
No,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
demeaning them for
Nobody's
that.
saying that.
I wish I had the Mary Burcham
Right.
upbringing.
No.
All right, so-
You know what
please,
I mean?
please.
But
of
you know
course.
what? Like,
And look,
like really,
they're still better than us.
like really,
We're the
before
fucking
when we was on the
scumbags of it
streets,
all.
when we was on the streets doing the music, there was never no race issue. Once I got into this game,
To the industry.
in the industry,
Yeah.
that's when I was introduced into like, oh, now we're being labeled.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
nigga, we straight hip hop.
Right.
We here to knock everybody out the box. White, black, whatever. You're Chinese,
Yeah.
whatever. We about the music.
It's
you know?
whatever.
It's whatever.
That's what I'm saying, man. We in
Whatever.
Queens, man.
We was about the music real
G-Rap,
seriously.
all them, the Black Gorilla family, Northern Boulevard.
But then in the
we-
industry that you felt like you were like
Yeah, you know what I'm
pushed
saying?
towards.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Latin
because that's the
Like
way you
we
do
always
it, you know?
been.
That's
You
the
know what I
way.
mean?
Did it make it more challenging as a result for you guys to like? Because you still ended up embracing your Latin side a lot with like the vocal samples. You know, from the early stuff, like the thing we were just talking about, the vocal. It's not exactly Spanish.
yeah.
It's, and then all the way up to Se
Big
Acabó. You know
shout
what
to
I'm saying?
Cannonball Adderley. That's
Like-
like Cannonball Adderley sample.
Oh, that okay. But all the way through, you guys would throw in a lot of Spanish shit. So it didn't. It
And
didn't.
it seemed like it got more as
Yeah.
albums progressed.
Yeah.
It seems like you added more.
Then Terror Squad blew
Yo,
up.
come on, bro. We're the first beat anything. Look at all the beat everythings they are now.
There are a lot of beats.
Oh, man. There's world famous beat something guys out there now.
There's beats galore.
Who was the world famous beat anything?
The world famous Beatnuts. I know it.
From the door.
From the EP.
Am I lying?
No, you're telling the
You're
truth.
quite right.
No, yeah, you know you're quite right.
Right.
So then, all right. So then,
With all due
where the
respect,
fuck are
I'm
we?
just saying.
True. We're album, street level
You doing
album.
beats for
Props
other
over
people?
here.
All while this is happening.
You know what I'm gonna do right by the
Well,
way.
we did as much as we could, man. I did, as much. We did MC Light,
Lynch Mob, Naughty by
Lynch
Nature.
Mob, Naughty by Nature,
Youngsters.
Youngsters.
What was the Youngsters record?
I'm a wild child.
Child like
I'm
getting
a
buck
real
wild. What?
child.
I forgot. Yo, guys, don't even play yourselves
I'm
right now.
just saying,
I don't want to play myself. I'm playing myself.
I know, right? We should
Put
be
a quarter
rich
in your
right
ass.
I want to find Beatnuts discography. No, I want to find your production discography. Oh, here we
No
go.
one
Production
cares about
credits.
that.
No,
No one gives
there
a
we go.
shit.
So can I
now.
borrow
No
a
one
dollar?
cares, Cypher.
It says
Who
you did.
cares,
It says you
Cypher?
did.
I don't care.
Heidi Ho for Can I Borrow a Dollar? Common, but you did remixes too. It says Wild Child, Honeycomb Hideout, and It's Natural for the Youngsters. Shit is Real for Fat Joe. You did.
the original one.
Yep. You did Pete Nice and Daddy Rich.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Man!
Pete Nice, Daddy Rich. We did Curious George.
Don't
Curious
forget you did
George.
Curious
Oh, man.
George. Yo, yeah, it was Curious
The
always.
Uptown shit.
Yeah. Oh, yo, Uptown.
All that whole album.
Me and Cypher got in a fight recently because he didn't remember Uptown shit.
I remember it.
Uptown
that
shit.
whole album.
Did the whole record.
Yeah, the whole shit.
I'm Curious.
We're all over that shit. Now,
Mansion of
Curious
Yacht?
with somebody else, but
Cypher's
we.
like,
I
can't
haven't
wait
heard
to
that
get
album
out
in a
of here.
minute,
Use
but
this whoopee.
Were you guys close with Curious?
oh hell yeah, I used
'Cause
to
he's-
hang with Curious all the time.
Because Curious
All the
seemed
time.
like Beatnuts of Jace,
Like,
right?
Curious was.
Oh, man, he
worked
really
with Bobbito,
is.
right?
And he is.
And Bobbito
He's-
told us that.
Yeah.
Curious
What?
George
He's
was his
totally-
intern.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But
No,
Curious,
George is my dude, bro.
but well, Juju. I mean,
Nah, he's-
in my brain as a
Even
rap
now,
fan,
like,
he
even
seems
now.
related to you.
I've talked to
Yeah,
him.
he is family all the time.
Oh, he's always been.
Yeah. So you did.
We
the,
lost him for a minute.
No, but then he came
And
back
then-
around a few
yeah,
years ago. Oh, guys, remember,
nice to have him
remember, Bass Blaster. It ain't what you do. It's
Yep.
the way that you do it.
ain't what you do, it's the way that you do
Yo, who
it.
the fuck was Bass Blaster? Yo, that record was hot.
Who cares? The record was amazing.
That record's amazing.
Thank you, Steve Stout.
Yo, it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Like a fat beat with a funky vibe to it. Ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Yo, bass, get on the mic, why don't you run right through it? Nah, who is it? Bass blaster, scope so it runs like a statue.
Thank you, Steve Stout and Kid and Play.
VIC.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
That was that Steve Stout Kid and Play connection.
What was the Steve Stout Kid and Play connection?
Oh, man. Forgot
Right?
about
Yeah.
Steve Stout.
Steve Stout.
Well, tell us what the
Our
connection is.
buddy back
Yo,
then.
who
Haven't seen him no more.
buddy,
'Cause
son. You said chop that
Hold on.
nigga up in the
Yo,
corner.
I don't want this to turn into the
Nigga's
hate
terrified to-
podcast.
No, it's not the hate podcast. Yo, if I saw Steve right now, none but love.
Oh, yeah.
But he can't deny that he ain't come to our hood and have nothing but a good time.
I believe
Niggas
it.
show him mad
Nothing but love.
Yeah.
What was he doing at the
I
time?
ain't trying to hate on
He was at
nigga.
Sony? He was at Sony at the time?
Yeah, he was managing Kid and Play.
Kid and Play.
Imagine. He's managing Kid and Play.
I love how old school rap. Like, I
We
just love how.
we did a Kid and Play
facts.
song too.
Oh,
Everybody,
yeah, that's
Bounce.
right. Yep. I have that
everybody
record.
got to come from
Me and
something.
VSC
Cypher.
produced
Absolutely.
At least we didn't come from Kid and Play, though.
I like Don't Sleep on Kid and Play. They have some moments, man. And they were the first
I love
ones.
them dudes.
TV show,
But
cartoon.
I'm just saying, you know how niggas
No,
is
no,
like
your
that.
shit was-
Oh, Steve Stout, watch out. Watch out.
You did, let's see, you did a record for Down South.
Child, he got
Yo,
money,
back then,
man.
too,
There's a lot
another
of niggas
thing-
that ain't supposed to have money.
Okay, go ahead.
Another thing,
Rosenberg.
early in the days for us, like we didn't really have equipment and shit like that, so we would have to bring the actual records to the
Supposed to have
studio.
money, Cypher.
So
I think
when
you're
we
just getting
produce
I
shit,
am.
we'll
you know I'm
produce shit
drinking up
together,
here.
you know? It would be like
say that?
a juju bass line and a psycho drum, or a psycho bass line and a juju drum, or
Right.
a VIC horn or something, and we'll all just make this fucking track together
And collab.
and collab. Yeah,
So everyone did a different piece.
yeah,
on a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff was like that.
Now, you're still good with,
We produced a lot of that Kid and Play shit.
oh, you did more than one record?
I just remember Bounce.
That was the single. That's the
Yeah,
a record, the single
single.
that came out.
Had more records than that.
Well, you also did Al Tariq Records, of course.
Yeah.
Do Your
Well, Al
Thing was
Tariq is
fashion.
fashion.
Do Your Thing was fire.
That shoe is beautiful. That's beautiful. That shoe is beautiful. That's beautiful. That shoe is beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's the biggest record
Wait,
off
so
of
what
it.
happened? He got out of jail.
And you did that whole Big City project.
Yeah, but that was later.
All right, so hold on real quick. Let's Les, I'm gonna let you handle the Al Tariq conversation. Let's keep it just easy. So we
That's
know
a
it.
good thing. That's
I know. I'm very well. I know you guys pretty well. So Al Tariq, he comes. He's out of jail. Does the records. Part of the Beatnuts. Blah blah blah. And then what happened? Was there any sort of major thing, or it just wasn't meant to be?
Well, we finished the album, and it was just a conflict.
You just never feel it wasn't right.
Yeah, it wasn't working. He wasn't feeling the whole movement. So, that's it.
But
We
was
just
he
broke off.
when he went and became Al Tariq and did his album? Were those beats he'd already gotten from you guys that he used, or did you still do some work together? He just wasn't going to be in the Beatnuts.
Yeah.
So you
I kept it cool with him though, So we kept he'll
What
reach out.
what
to
about
me.
this one? This one not as much.
Not as much.
Right,
yeah.
I figure. Okay,
So,
him not as much. You kept it cool.
Yeah.
Did some records for his album, and he went on and did his thing.
Exactly.
And there's never been talk of getting back together after that.
There was at one point, and we actually did a few records, and it just stood like that.
And then just ended up. Gotcha. All right, so you do those. You did a record for Mads. You did the Nod Factor for Mad Skills.
Nah, factor. That's
see
big,
what I mean?
Big up
We're
to
over here
Reef.
talking.
Reef used to work at Big Beat Records.
Of course.
So I used to give him beats all the time. So he told me one day he was in his room blasting the Nod Factor beat. Boom, 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 whatever.
As he should be.
And fucking,
What the hell is he
what's his
blasting
name?
in his
Skills
now?
ran in the fucking room like, yo, what the fuck is
Big
that?
shout out to you, Reef, man.
The rest
You know.
is history.
That's just fire. Yo, guys, I'm glad they included this on Wikipedia because I would have missed it and been pissed off. Triflix, Genuine, and Don't Make Me Try.
Gab Gotcha.
And Gab Gotcha, Angels.
Corona,
What?
that's Juju on the
I don't even know what that
production.
is.
You don't know Triflix?
No.
Don't Make Me Try and Genuine?
Early
Fat Beats
nights.
days. Fat Beats vinyl days.
What about Rawcotics?
Rawcotics.
Y'all did a Rawcotics record too?
We worked with.
I remember the premiere record.
We had an EP. I don't know if you remember The Spot.
Yeah, of course. With the
Rawcotics
again,
was all over that.
Oh, that's right.
AL.
Yes, and again, another album cover that's just a random bodega on the corner.
Bodega.
You guys are tricking me into sucking my own dick. I
What
know
is
what
it?
this is about. I know what this is about now. I'm sorry, New York City. This was never my intention.
Let's see.
I love
look-
these
all right,
guys.
so-
I came up here to support these guys.
There's not. I've said this
They're
before.
taking me into a time warp right
There's
now.
not a phone I've ever owned, an iPod, or a CD book that doesn't have Musical Massacre in it.
Real quick, Ciph, before we get there, I just want to say because it didn't include remixes. The Naughty by Nature record was, of course, It's On remix. They did Roughneck remix for MC Light, and I Go On. They did Kick the Bobo remix for Pete Nice.
Did a lot on that album.
Yo, No ID State to State remix.
State
To State remix. That shit was fire.
that was
Okay, now hold on. What's the album after that? Is it Musical Massacre?
Good times.
Is it Musical Massacre after that? Am I skipping an album?
No, Street Level, that Musical Massacre.
That's it?
No.
98, 94 to 98?
Stone Crazy.
Stone Crazy.
Crazy. You
With Off the
fucking
Books.
idiot,
With Off the
Cypher
Books.
Sound.
Yeah, you just skipped Off the Books.
Just skipped
Remember that
Off
one?
the Books.
That was a good record.
That was a single off of that album.
All
by
right,
the
so
way.
I forgot that
yeah,
was that album.
It was rather popular. So
I got it confused because Cuban is on
Massacre also.
musical Massacre,
Right.
And,
Of course.
and Triple Safe. Yeah, Off the Books is the record that turned it all around.
That cover also, if you look at us on the cover, we're
Remember
blurred out.
Triple Sace.
Me and Juju is just like blurred. Like
Stone Crazy is fucking crazy.
So Stone
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
a good record.
Yeah, man. It's a very good record. Talk about how Off the Books happened. Obviously it becomes your biggest record at the time. Probably your biggest record
And
of
it's
all
like
time.
an early pun, right? Like super
Relatively,
early.
yeah.
the earliest.
Like really early. Honestly, come on.
Yeah, like
Well, let's
Like,
just
we
be
knew
here.
who he
on
was.
some history shit.
Yeah.
On some history shit. The only two records prior to that
Yeah.
you ever heard him
You Ain't a
was
Killer.
and the Firewater feature.
Yes.
Firewater, yep.
Firewater
Well, hold on.
feature was the
That
first
wasn't even
one.
Well,
Big
this
Pun.
is this was
That was Big
Fat
Dog
Joe's
Punisher.
new artist, and so
Firewater
we would
feature.
always be around Fat
Firewater
Joe.
feature,
and
You
that's
Ain't
how
a
we
Killer.
met Pun. Pun was already our fan.
Right.
We love Beatnuts, all it. So
Of
Who
course. It
was
wasn't?
Facts.
Act like that was a big deal.
we loved him already
Who
just from the
wasn't?
little work
Well,
he
and-
had done. So
And I'm guessing, like anything, just like when I meet Jews, had to be extra love for another Spanish rapper, of course, right?
Yeah, because
Yo,
everybody's
the
feeling the
funniest,
hate.
most beautiful, charming dude you ever want.
That's what everyone
in your
says,
life.
huh? And this came out. The release date it has September 16th, 1997 for Off the
97, yep,
Books.
yep.
So that's the that sounds about right. That was really the year. I think of things as school years, right? Because I was in college then.
Yeah.
That September through that school year was
yeah.
really the pun.
Yeah,
that
the
whole
pun
year
run, yeah.
was the
it
pun.
was a lot of hits. 97.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Fucking
Yeah,
Busta
it was a
Rhymes
good run.
had the
Thanks for
Busta
the
Boom,
Beatnuts.
boom,
Thanks
boom,
for the Beatnuts for
hit you
setting
with
it
no
up.
the land. That's
Right,
what
right.
I'm saying, yo.
Yeah,
That was
Dangerous.
that whole year.
He'd tear the roof off. So
Hey, Juju's turned into a drunk.
What did he
uncle
say?
Backyard
What?
in the
Stop,
backyard.
Cypher, no.
what did he just yell that I missed
Nah,
that?
man, Cypher, I don't know. He's privy to
Yeah,
some
it's a good
information.
run because of the
He's trying to
Beatnuts.
use it against me. He's privy to some information. He's trying to use it against
Of course,
me.
of course. Okay, so tell us about making that record. Tell us about Off the Books, what you remember. Obviously, it's a big moment.
Well, I'm going to get into the beat. When I
ahead.
first made the beat, first of all, Off the Books, it came out in 97. We had that beat like maybe 5 years ago already.
Really?
I was just traveling the world with that beat, just playing it for people. And I used to love that beat. My man Jew wasn't too crazy about that beat.
It's not a typical Beatnuts
It's not.
beat.
It's not typical. I get it. I get it. It wasn't typical at the
Jew
time.
wasn't really too crazy about it.
At the time, it did. It's
But I kept, I would tell Jew, like, yo,
you
you crazy. This shit is crazy, nigga. Like, it's crazy. So we was going to go see Pun. We took a couple of records to Pun. And, and Pun was like, yo, these beats are cool, but if we use this beat, we're going to blow. Off the Books.
So what did you think, Juju, when he says that? Were you like, nah, I don't fuck with this one, or do you just get on board because you're like, fuck it, if he's that into it, I'm down? Okay.
I don't even need to answer.
Right.
You answered it for yourself.
Right.
So you made the beat less?
Yeah.
Right. And so Juju's tight. He's upset. He doesn't want anything to do with this record.
And Cuban and now
Very such a hater.
did you know that this was going to be?
We're going to get into the ones I did.
Of course. Now, so hold on. Did you guys
I
realize?
love all his niggas' beats.
Did you realize
I rap
this was
on
gonna
all
be-
Jew
Go ahead.
beats.
Bathroom?
I'm going to go pee.
All right. Well, hold on. I need to give you a key. You remember where to go?
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to go. He's drunk.
Oh, you're lost. There you go.
Need
Not
an
you,
escort.
Out there and wrap around. So like 45 minutes later. So did you know off top that this record was going to be?
I just had that feeling because that groove and the way them drums was flowing and everything, it was just crazy.
It
to me.
actually, I don't care how long you had that beat beforehand. It came out at the perfect time.
Yep.
With the perfect guy to set it
That's
off. You know what
why
I'm saying?
it probably didn't come out before.
Yeah.
It was that time. for
Yeah,
that shit.
that's the perfect pun set off to the record. Like,
Yeah, because as incredible as the beat is, and I
And
think
it
that's
took Pun to tell us, like, yo,
yeah.
this beat is all right, but we use this beat, we're going to blow.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's the combination. The beat, in retrospect, for you guys, is a pretty commercial, light-sounding beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comparatively to some other stuff.
It's a party, more party.
It's a party beat.
you
But
know-
it's the combination of that and the fact that Pun was at the beginning of getting his momentum, and you had him rap first, right?
Yeah,
Very
of course.
wisely. And as a result, that combination,
Come on. Hey. Oh.
it still feels good. You still love hearing this out?
Come on. This is the party starter right here.
Now, where do you? Well, I'll let you. We'll get to that step when we get there. Because I was going to say the set that you used to play at that time, Ciph. Ciph, at one point in parties, would you play that and Watch Out Now back to back or no?
Yeah.
You do the.
That's that's the years later though.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's still, relatively now. It
sound
seems like the
similar.
same
Yeah,
time.
It's like Watch Out Now is like part 2 of Off the Books. To
Right,
me,
right.
And
Me
the
too.
DJ set.
Tempo similar,
Yeah.
up tempo party shit, and it's perfect because you get through Pun and Cuban's verse. No disrespect, if you're at a party, it's played for a minute and a half, and then you just jump in the dun 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 and keep it moving. So how well did the album do off of that?
Well, before we dropped Off the Books,
You dropped Do You Believe?
we dropped Do You Believe because that was our first record that me and Juju did. We brought it to the label. They got all excited, like, yeah, that's the single. So we dropped that. A few weeks later, we do Off the Books with Pun, and this shit is a monster. So back in those days, we was lucky if we got a video budget for one song, and that's all you was going to get is one. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
And so,
So
we
you think-
already
you
had
think you guys
done
were
it. We
done?
already had done Do You Believe, the video and all that shit. So the record started blowing. People started running, dropping the shit. Next thing you know, we had to do this video and with the big Pun and all that.
And then before we know it, Ciph, history is made. The
Yeah,
beat. How much more did you guys get to go on the road? Who did you go on the road with at that point? And who had you been on the road? Oh, I remember we skipped this. We skipped over this. You guys toured. You did that Best of the Underground tour in '94 off the album. You went with
Organized
Common,
Confusion,
Artifacts, Common, and you guys.
That came to my college. I told you that.
Yeah, we always talk about that show because
the
remember I
best.
wasn't allowed to go.
Yeah.
It was at night. It was on a weeknight.
Search.
Search was on some, I think.
Search had something to do with it though.
I know the 4 acts in D.C. were Beatnuts, Common, Artifacts, and who did I just forget? Beatnuts, Common,
Organized.
Organized.
Organized Confusion,
yeah.
So
Jude didn't go on that tour.
Why not?
because Fashion was on that tour.
Okay, so by the way, now that Juju's out of the room, you can gather from Juju's personality, for those who don't know him personally, that he would have been the tougher one to get them to come together. You were probably a bit more of down to make things work out.
I'm all about making it happen.
And you would have made it work out regardless.
Yeah,
You stayed cool with everyone.
Of course, that's what I'm in the game to make it happen.
Now, at what point
why was Fashion on the tour though?
Because it was
he was rapping on the
Beatnuts, it was that tour.
Yeah, 94. It's 94.
Yeah,
We're talking about the Best of the Underground tour.
Yeah.
So that's 94 still. That's off that's street
was
level.
Still doing street level tour.
Yeah.
So,
I see. He was in the group.
Yeah, so
still.
we was on stage rocking props and doing all that
Got
shit.
it.
Now, guys, how soon do you think I should go out and try to find Juju and make sure he didn't get lost?
Hey.
Do you think
Probably taking a dump or something.
Oh,
here
hey,
he is.
God, look at he's back.
Oh.
He's back. Just as I was starting to say, is he possibly just off to someplace random in the building? He's here. So, all right, who do you end up going on the road with around the time of Stone Crazy?
Stone Crazy, wow.
You guys never went out with Pun. Like, were there any live performances?
Yeah, we did a lot of live shit with Pun.
Really?
A lot of Pun shit.
You
Yeah.
couldn't perform off the books without us.
We did a lot of live shit.
Right or wrong.
At this point at the beginning, was he, at that point that he did off the books, how big was he? Was he already huge, or was he like almost huge?
Put it to you this way. When
That
he
guy
hit that
was, like,
stage,
huge.
the fucking crowd would go
Yeah,
fucking
he was
berserk.
huge,
But this is still hip hop though.
Talk about somebody destined to be great.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly, like, I'm just happy to have been we lucky to have been a part of it.
Yeah.
He would come on our sets, our shows.
Yeah, he
and
loved-
we would bring him out like, yo, we got Pun in our and the
Crazy.
people would lose it.
Guys, is it a part of my the figment of my imagination, or is it something that I really heard that either he was on or was talked about being on Beatnuts Forever?
Psycho Lab. Juju. East to west, even if you wearing a vest, they gon' find you with a crowbar dug in your chest. Look at the best, still only second to less. And even he said he don't want it with me. Figure the rest, bigger the
You're the best there is. Or was it just my dream that he would be on that
Yeah,
song?
well, I
East
mean,
to west. Even if you
wearing
wearing a vest,
they can find you with a crowbar dug in your
Oh,
chest.
you guys singing my rhyme right now? Get out of here.
I wrote
you guys
that.
are quoting my rhyme?
You
Yo,
wrote that?
son.
Yeah.
Forever is one of the greatest hip hop records
Are you guys quoting
all
my
time.
rhyme right now?
Bro.
I'm letting you know that right now.
That's
you know
what,
how much that makes me feel good as
Yo,
a
you know what?
That's one of my
Source
favorite
I
Money.
sing that all the time. Yes.
When I first met Source Money, that was one of his favorite records. He was like,
That
yo,
record is-
I wrote 7 freestyles to that beat.
That I don't understand why
And
every
he
rapper
wrote
has it.
7
Yo,
freestyles to that
Epstein,
beat.
and
I was
I'll
like,
tell you
damn.
something.
But
I
so
wanna
Pun
tell
was
my
never
story
on that. I made that up.
Nah, Triple Six actually was on
He's
there.
on. He's
on
Triple
the
Six
chorus,
actually on it. Yeah,
He
yeah,
did
yeah.
the
He's
chorus.
the chorus.
Yeah.
So,
You remember Fat Joe was up here on your show, called him a charity case.
Oh, I think that
nice.
just happened. Do you mean recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one time I heard.
Oh, okay, good, fantastic.
one ep-
That's why I didn't want to say that. I heard
Yeah, by the way,
you.
we are, for the record, we are, and you know what, Ciph? I'm going to give us credit for something right now.
Yeah.
We are the only podcast in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if journalistically this isn't good, but I'm proud of it that we're like this, that avoids hearing people shit on other people on the podcast.
Absolutely.
We are the only, most people get you up there and they're like, yo, but what'd you think of so-and-so? If we hear someone starting to, we're like, no. Anyways, moving right along. Like we want our rap heroes to like
Oh, yeah,
all be
'cause
friends.
Nobody wants that.
No, we
Nobody
like it.
wants
We
that.
like the image of all of our heroes being friends, right?
Hell yeah.
But so I just dreamed. I thought Pun would always sound so fire on Beatnuts Forever. So if you got the
Yeah,
white,
I got two.
come on.
I got
you have the white label, right?
white label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Well,
got
let me
that
tell
white
you.
label.
First one, I can't find out. I got my hard drive out here looking for it. So when I was doing the Sound Bombing album, I got a Beatnuts record. And remember, but you don't remember this. I was trying to create the Lick Nuts back then.
Yes.
And I got a record.
That's
and
another group. We actually met them on Loud. That's when we got to Loud, though,
Yeah,
after
Ciph.
Relativity.
But I got a record that was for
Damn,
Sound
Ciph.
Bombing, and I remember because I wanted to change the snare, and it took me 3 days to call because I was so scared, and I want to be like, yo, Les, can you just change the snare? And he was like, yeah, it's whatever. But yo, that shit was like, the trouble is he's crazy.
Easy.
Remember that beat?
Yeah, I love that beat.
I can't find it.
And
It never
that's a
came out
great
though.
record.
Never
That's an
came
ill
out.
record,
I
yeah.
got it somewhere. I got
love
the,
my verse on
triple.
Oh wait, no, it did
triple.
come out.
that. I blacked out on that. Yeah,
got-
That's when I said I do the triple S.
Wait, Ciph,
Shit,
what'd you do
shave,
with-
and shower.
It's on the sound bombing
The
Oh, you
rest is
went in on
triple
that.
X.
I know I went in
because
on
I have the vinyl, the test press vinyls.
So then it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
You're
Yeah.
positive.
But I was looking for the other version with the other snare, but it sounds the same. So then I would go to meet with Chris Lighty when Chris Lighty was working on the Violator album. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yo, I got new Busta, I got new this, I got a Beatnuts song. I was like, play me the Beatnuts song. And it was
Watch Out Now.
Watch out now.
Get money, get money. Get money, get money. Get money, get money. Get money, get money. Get money, get money.
Listen to the first verse.
Get money, get money.
Hey, yo, my song's on. I gotta get my rub on some thought. Order 3 buckets of more.
right? It's Watch Out Now. And I'm like,
That was a really hard 5.
yo,
that you
and
just
I'm
gave
like,
him.
yo,
And he was
Lighty.
like, this shit is cool, but I want that hard shit.
But he's like, yo, I'm
Thank
like,
God
Lighty,
he said that.
this is a fucking smash.
Yeah, they didn't want
I was
that.
like, this is,
We
you're
gave
not
them
going to make
Beatnuts
it.
forever.
Yeah, you're not going to make it a Violator single. So don't waste it on the Violator
They wasn't
album.
their levels of music wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
you know?
yo. So then I remember when the Violator album came out, it was Switch and it was Forever.
Rosenberg.
Hold on, I'm looking right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm here. I'm
No,
here.
please.
No, because they made
Peanuts
cartoon
forever.
characters of everyone for the fucking
For the
plaques,
cover. Yes, yes.
except us.
Oh,
All
man.
right.
What the fuck?
Mobb
Yo,
Deep,
but you know what?
everybody, Busta
You know what? Let me
Rhymes,
tell you
LL
something.
Cool J,
Nori.
everybody, Nori, everybody.
I played
no
that
characters,
beat, Watch Out Now.
No character.
For Fat Joe
no
and
character.
Yeah, they didn't want it.
They didn't want it.
You try to do it again.
And I was everyone's
They didn't want
favorite
it.
song on
They
the
were like,
whole
next
thing.
beat, next beat.
Watch Out Now.
They passed on that
They
one.
didn't want that
right?
hijack.
They didn't want that shit.
Rosenberg.
Yo, that's crazy
I
to
feel
me.
you. I feel the Jewish
How did they want? How
You
did
feel
they
my
not,
pain?
Yeah, I feel the Jewish
Hold
You
on,
know
man.
what?
How did
That-
Fat Joe and Pun not want it after Off the Books? How could they not want that beat?
I don't know.
Wait. You played it for them.
He just said that.
Are you sure they heard it?
Yeah.
Were the
I know.
headphones on?
I
Everyone.
played it loud in the studio.
And they heard.
They
Dude,
just went, next one. They looking
can
for
you
hard
imagine?
shit at the time.
No disrespect.
what did
No,
you
it's
do
a
on Pun's
vision.
album?
It's 'cause
Violator
it's a
passed on
vision.
the beat, too.
It's a vision.
Who else did?
Violator. They passed
passed
on.
overall.
They passed. We had the song done already, and they passed on
And
it.
Ciph,
They
you
said-
told them?
They said we want something hard, so we
Yeah.
gave them Beating Us Forever. That ended up on the Violator.
On the
See, but-
Violator, yeah.
Pete, fair enough. Cypher sounds. Some of us are visionaries.
Yeah, well, we're all,
Some of us
all
But
aren't.
you know what? I'm gonna tell you about Watch Out Now.
Please.
Like ever since the beginning, they niggas always doubted us. Rain of the Tech, that's a one-hit wonder. All right, boom, hold this one.
Oh no, we've been
Do you
one hit
believe-
wonders since our first record.
Yeah.
How many one
One
hit
hit.
wonders can
So
you
when
make
we
before?
when we finally did our big shit with Pun, everybody was like, "Yo, that's a hit," but that shit blew up because of Pun.
Oh, that's
can't-
got us.
Me and
Oh, that
Juju
got
looked
me
at each other
personally,
like,
man.
Were
yeah.
y'all on Twitter back then? Who
Yeah,
the fuck
right.
said that?
It was like,
Who
word?
said that shit?
Word? That shit blew up because of Pun? All right, hold this one. Just me and Ju on the chorus and everything. No, nobody. And that was our biggest record. So after
So
that, we
watch
just
out
shut
now.
everybody down.
So for all the
you get
motherfuckers
any-
that said that, I owe my biggest record to my brother. Rest in peace. Our biggest record
Yeah,
to date
and it wasn't
is
really-
Watch Out Now.
It was
and
really
it's
to
me
the
on the
people that
chorus.
we had to prove
my
something.
man
Not
on the
to Pun.
production.
Pun already knew.
Yeah, Pun, yeah,
Nah,
I
Pun
know
all
what you're
family.
saying.
Trust me, Pun
What-
ain't rocking with nobody that he don't love and respect.
Of course. Of
What,
course.
That's
what
clear.
about
So
Yeah.
that song came
J-Lo-
like that.
when
like,
J-Lo
like a
used
lot
Off
of
the
anger
Books?
on that song.
J-Lo used Off the Books? Is that a payday for you?
No,
No,
actually,
she used
still
Watch
owes
Out
us
Now.
money.
She
I mean,
used
Watch
Watch
Out
Out
Now.
Now.
That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
Watch Out Now. She jacked
used
it,
Watch
you know,
Out Now.
stole the whole shit.
But they didn't go through you. They just
Nah.
did
It
that. They
ain't
just
really
took the
it.
sample.
And it wasn't even really her, bro. It's not fair. It's, it was these dukes, the fucking
Trash masters.
Trash masters.
Oh, Trash
Oh,
Masters.
no. The Trackmasters. You're mispronouncing it.
Sorry, did it say
Oh,
trash?
managed by
They
Steve
jacked
Stout.
us, managed by Corny Ruby or whatever his name is, Rooney.
Oh, Rooney, yeah.
Corey Rooney.
I don't know who that is.
Corny Rooney.
Corey Rooney.
I don't know.
You know him.
Do I?
Maybe not.
Hey, you know what I just thought of that's more positive? You know what song we forgot?
Yeah, we turned into it.
You know what's on
Yo,
that?
get us a check for that.
Nah, I don't want no check.
No, you
Yo,
know,
son,
no. You know what I thought?
This
Remember
is
though?
the ill shit. Like Tone and Poke, them
Yeah.
dudes are my boys from. I don't got no problems with them. And as far as through the grapevine, I heard they was really trying to get us money for that. It was they bosses that.
Oh, from the J-Lo record.
Yeah, it was, it was.
It was cheaper to clear the original sample.
It was
than
their
me.
bosses.
So they
who,
clear the original and not,
But
and
they,
don't.
but they sampled your version.
I
though.
know.
I mean,
but
really,
that's
but
what
that
I
was
mean.
kind of
But you know
their
what?
whole
That's the
MO.
biggest.
They used to take like
Cypher,
the biggest hip hop
you're a
record.
gentleman.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, go ahead, Psycho.
I mean, that was more or less their MO. They would take the biggest hip hop record and flip it on some R&B shit.
Yeah,
that
but a
was
lot
the
of
shit
the
to
times-
do
Right.
back then.
A lot of the
Sometimes
times they took
imitation is the
records
best
from like
form of
10 years
compliment,
earlier.
no?
This
Your
was
record
a
still
2
too
years
new,
earlier.
yeah.
Our shit was 2 years earlier.
That's
So,
what I'm saying. Imitation's the best
Do you
form
ever
of
see
flattery,
J-Lo? Have you
right?
ever met
you know,
J-Lo?
hey, Ted Smooth is the king of that. He does it all the time. He does it today. He'll
Right.
take an old Mary J. Blige beat and
Right, but the
flip it
difference,
on-
but the difference is he's not getting rich off it. You know,
Yeah,
he's just
he's
putting it out.
putting
He's
it
just
out
putting it
for
out
he's
for
just
fun,
throwing it out
for the
but-
culture.
but-
Siph, what about Ghostface 1?
One.
Damn.
New Ghostface.
I forgot about that.
Don't.
All right.
Well, Juju's drunk right now, so maybe you don't want to listen to anything he has to say about that.
Why? About
No,
one? Do you have any good stories about Ghost Deanie? Do you guys work together with Deanie on it?
Man, yo, best thing I ever did. And I mean, like, I was mad proud to do it just because I never get a chance to do things like that. And I got to give a big shout out to Maddie C and Scott Free for giving me the opportunity.
They put that together?
Yes, they did.
And was that a you record?
Of course, it was me all the way.
So you guys have some joints you do together and some joints that say produced by the Beatnuts, but one of you did it.
Yeah.
And did you decide at some point from the beginning, no matter how it's listed or done, y'all are just going to go down the middle?
Of course, that's my brother.
So you don't give a fuck who does what?
Yo,
it's
we
produced by the Beatnuts.
we're so ill like that. Like I could be like, he did that, I did that. We the ill team. I don't need to be like, yo, we did that shit together. We did that together.
No, because everything's the Beatnuts anyway.
Yeah,
What
of
was the
course, 'cause
pun?
we team.
Peanuts is a
It's
brand.
two-
It's like you know, whoever it's
whatever.
It's a production
And it's
team.
two ill dudes. It's two ill dudes. I ain't never even living off of him. He ain't living off of me. We do, we both ill in our own right.
Absolutely. And,
What was the pun record? Boomerang?
And we still boys.
Oh, wait, you guys
Boomerang.
was a Boomerang the only one on the album you did?
Nah,
Boomerang
was
actually
Vic.
VIC.
VIC, your favorite.
Oh, that's
Puerto
my
Rican.
favorite. Fuck outta here, yo.
Your favorite Puerto Rican.
Your favorite Puerto Rican?
Favorite Puerto Rican.
No, Siph has a lot of Puerto Ricans on his list.
Yo,
It's a very
Vic
tough
is
one.
ill, son. Vic is a problem.
Now,
If Vic didn't find Jesus, man, they lucky Vic found Jesus. Because if Vic
Why-
ain't
why
find
would-
Jesus, man, Puerto Rican niggas
why when rappers find
be on the top right now.
Why when producers get religious do they stop making beats?
Because it's evil. They're around all that smoke and drinking and all this
Girls,
other shit. Girls,
and
yeah.
all that.
It happened to Sean J.
hot
Period too. Remember?
Yeah.
Sean
All
J.
that
Period
hot
stopped
ass.
sampling.
Yeah, well, that's when
It
he
was
got
theft.
whacked though.
He's thieving.
Man, I know everything changed. You need that
All
sample.
that hot ass cipher.
You understand what it's like. You know what the Beatnuts do, Siph? They fuck bitches.
Cipher
They
hates
dig.
it.
They dig for records.
I love Cipher sound
Well,
so
they want to
much,
fuck,
man.
drink beer, and smoke some
I
shit.
love Cipher sound so much. I love
going on
him
the
so
road with
much.
Beatnuts.
And
You know
yo,
what?
and nah,
I'm gonna
but he
go.
always treats me like he's a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm
Well,
not.
because he basically is. So you have to understand, Siph is completely sober. Siph is the most
Yo,
sober
son,
man who's
I
ever
love
lived.
him though.
Beatnuts forever.
Man, proud of my
Anybody
nigga.
listening to Juan Ep right now, please just go listen to some Beatnuts shit. Buddha in the Air is my shit.
This is all stone
Oh
crazy.
man,
Thomas.
Musical Massacre.
I mean, Musical Massacre?
Puffing on a Cloud.
puffing on a cloud. Oh, the
Yo.
girls' favorite Cipher.
Well, Puffing on a
That's a
Cloud.
big one with the girls.
Coming.
That's let me tell you
Bodies
about
it.
Slam Pit.
Okay,
When we
tell
had
us.
Please.
Common.
Slam Pit.
We get Common in the studio. I told him, I don't want to hear no fucking Martin Luther King rhymes or fucking no Black Power. I want to hear some hard shit. So he gets in the studio. He gets in the
there a
booth and
smoking room
I'm
in
going to
here?
suffocate the drum. And he starts killing shit, yo. Like, if you listen to that, might be the hardest Common
Hardest
sense
Common
you
verse
ever
ever.
heard.
Wait, but you
I
told
told
him
him
that?
straight up. Hell yeah, I told him that.
Right then in
He
the
said
Right
it to
before I told
Q-Tip.
him,
Why
yo, I
wouldn't he
don't
say it to Common Sense?
And it's
He
my
said it to
record. I'm gonna
Q-Tip.
tell you what direction we going with this slam pit.
Stanek just
here
wants
for
to
the
know
music.
what would be the backstory of Are You Ready with Grand Poobah?
Oh, are you ready? You remember Grand
Oh,
Poobah
we was
story.
in Soundtrack.
Fuck.
We was in Soundtrack Studios, right? On
He's
19th
working
Street
in the
and
next
Broadway.
room.
He working in the next room.
next door to us. And what the Juju, I think, gave him a 45
I gave him a
in
40.
trade for a verse, and he
For a
just came
verse.
in and blessed
Came
that
in,
verse.
blessed that verse.
Crazy.
We gave him
Jerry
a
got
45 for
records.
his album.
Dot
We like,
com.
here, we threw him a beat. We'll throw you beats. We'll just throw you a 45.
Nah,
or-
but he
or
was
an
a
album.
fan. He was a fan of our shit. You know what I'm saying? He felt the music.
What about?
He felt the music.
That came on.
No
Take it or
escaping
squeeze
this.
it.
Let's take it.
Take it or
Yo, I got
squeeze it.
so many. I just my
That was the
record
hit
collection-
run. That was the party run. When every album they had a party joint.
Yeah, Greg
every
Nice.
album.
Greg Nice was on there somewhere.
We always had.
They always had. You came with one. Yeah, and you and Greg Nice. What happened? You just had a little run where you realized the vibe with Greg
Heater.
Nice was dope.
Greg
They've been
Nice
calling-
was
they've
like
been-
a real close friend.
they've
We
been-
loved him. We love working with him, and we love his vibe, his whole vibe with the
Party vibes.
Yeah, party vibe. So I would always, if I made a beat, I'd be like, damn, I could hear some Greg Nice on this shit. So I just call him. That's how we do
course.
it. Yo, I could hear so and so on this. So I just.
What else
call
is
niggas.
gonna make you believe there's no bones in ice cream? I had to actually go back and be like,
still
yeah, you
no
know what?
bones.
You're absolutely right.
Still no bones in it.
There's still no bones in ice cream.
There's a couple slept
When
on.
we did Let's Get Dough. I don't know if you remember that.
Of course, Let's Get Dough was the
Let's Get
last of the party ones.
Yeah, the last. We had the chorus, and Aguilar actually helped us write that chorus.
Yeah.
He
Shout out
spit
to
it. Yeah, shout to
Big
Aguilar.
shout to my nigga
But
Aguilar.
I didn't like his voice at the time. Aguilar had that ill voice, like yo. So I'm driving home that night after the studio. I'm driving home like, I'm just thinking, damn, who the fuck? I turn on Hot 97. Who comes on the radio? Fat Man Scoop. And I'm like, yo.
Fat Man Scoop, Beatnuts, yo, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Beatnuts, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Fat Man Scoop, Crook Clan, Beatnuts.
Beatnuts. The rest is history. Boom. Call that
I just
nigga
heard him
up
doing the
the next day,
overnights,
yo.
and you were like-
hey, came through. Bam.
What about Tony Touch?
Yep.
Let me ask you a question because I have a lot.
Okay.
I don't speak Spanish, so I have a lot of problems with people when I say this slang on this record. When Tony Touch says, "Watch out for bajando."
Yep.
What does that
Watch out
mean?
for
that
bajando.
means watch out for
Popo.
the cops.
What is bajando though? Because I've asked
Bajando's
people who
a
speak
cop.
Spanish, and they say
Popo.
that's not a real word.
Nah.
Popo.
Bajando means, bajando
Bajando.
means going low.
Bajando. Niggas are,
Bajando means the actual translation is going low, but it's a term for the cops are coming.
okay. When niggas be on the corner
Yeah.
doing their selling their drugs, bajando.
Yeah,
Cops
like
is
it's a
coming. They
warning.
coming,
It's
they
like a
coming.
warning.
Everybody's
Bajando.
boom.
Yeah, it's like a
Everybody will
warning
just
for
start
the
doing
cop
their-
to
some
come
other
in.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing something dirty.
So bajando.
All the Spanish I know is from Beatnut Records.
All right.
Oh, that's great.
No pare sigue,
Yeah, see?
sigue.
Which is why he speaks.
That's
the
not even fair,
craziest
Cipher.
Spanish.
Cipher, if I
Spanish
knew that, I would have talked more Spanish.
That's all
on
I
the
got.
record.
Prendelo.
All I got.
Okay, hold on, guys. The great, a great interviewer in his own right and journalist Rob Markman from Genius says, did they want to kill Will Smith when he used "Forget Me Nots" right after they put it out on "Give Me That Ass"?
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Give Me the Ass was kind of a dirty record for us anyway.
It was a fun record.
It was a dirty record for us anyway, so it wasn't.
What you knew it wasn't.
We
gonna
were
be,
just surprised that, like, wow, we make a dirty record for fun, and this nigga takes it and makes actually, a huge record out of it. But there were never no hard feelings.
Cipha, is there anything?
the name of it was "Give Me the Ass." How far could that go?
You knew the limitations
Yeah, exactly.
potentially.
And we didn't really like using records that everybody knew. Like
Exactly.
Forget Me Nots was pretty big.
Yeah, no, like we used
Patrice Russian.
So it was
Everybody
obvious
knew
that we
shit,
used
so
that record.
Yeah,
That was
I
like
used
the
to
one
hear
record
stories.
that we put out that everybody knows.
I used to
about.
hear stories of you guys like
Nah, because
sampling,
we
like,
loved that record.
French-
That's why we just had
French
fun with
jazz records and all that type
Yeah,
of shit.
all that
kind
stuff.
of shit. B.
it. Nah, we're pretty
Fucking-
deep with it.
How, Les, do you guys have organized record collections, or you just have shit everywhere?
Nah, my
Nah,
shit
we
is
have organized.
Really?
I'm mad
Organized confusion.
Seriously? And you have mostly 45s, mostly 12 inches? What's the game?
All of that.
Everything.
Oh, are you kidding?
And is it in your house? You have special storage for it?
Yeah.
Keep it in the crib or what? Or both?
Everything. None of your business. What's it to you?
And
what's
where
to
is
you?
it? And where are these records? And how
where
much
are
do you
these
really need
records?
them? Okay, one more good question I'll take from Twitter from my man Silent X Media. He says, Musical Massacre changed the way I listen to hip-hop.
Thank you.
What's your favorite, each of you guys, what's your favorite track off the album?
I got the
Juju,
instrumental album.
Juju, you first.
Man, Musical Massacre.
There's no way to pick.
I know, right? And it's one of the. I think. Well, let me say this: it's hard. I can't pick a favorite because I think it's one of the most full. Like every beat on that album is. Besides Street Level, it's the only other album that we've done that I think every beat is kind of crazy.
Wait, they said album or song? Or
Musical Massacre, your favorite song on
Song
Musical
on
Massacre.
there.
You have one less while he's thinking?
I mean, Watch Out Now. I loved Buddha in the Air was one of my favorite.
All right. Juju?
I need some.
Puffin', that's Puffin' on a Cloud, right? I think Puffin' on a Cloud is mine.
This Puffin on the Cloud.
And I don't even rhyme on it. I just love
You just
the
love
beat.
the record.
That sample. Oh,
Sample
You know
is
those
crazy, right, Ciph?
crazy.
That's why I said I didn't even
Mad
rhyme
long
on it.
samples.
I didn't even rhyme on it.
Oh, you're
And
not
I'm
on
like,
one?
yeah.
You know what else?
Oh, that's his solo joint.
It's him
you on
and a
that
goblin.
shit.
Oh, God.
Nah.
Yeah, you on that shit.
Puffin' on a Cloud?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't smoke weed.
Right. Hell yeah, B.
Give me some Coke. I got shit to do in the morning.
He's not on it, man.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, yeah. You're on it.
They're with,
Oh, this nigga
You're
don't
on it,
even
they're
bro.
with the
remember half
podcast.
Well, he wasn't, yo.
You're on it.
I'm going to tell you.
I don't know
Jew
what's
would
going
come
on
in
half the time.
2 weeks to deadline and drop all his verses.
So he doesn't remember what songs he's on.
Exactly.
He does them all back to back.
I was in the studio with doing songs on his beats, bringing fucking, just a lot of shit. Biz Markie,
This is a mess.
Dead Prez.
Jerry is not a
All these
professional.
motherfuckers.
Cypher.
I was in the studio. rocking with
Who
them.
did We Got the Funk? That was a good one too.
Junkyard beat?
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
all
See, I
did
do
that.
things sometimes.
He do things, but
No
he
matter
just don't
what
be in the
Cypher
studio.
says about me.
You know what? Syfe, you're not gonna remember this one. This is from my college radio days. I bet you won't even know this one. These joints were tight too.
B.
There's Large Professor on the production. Large Professor on the beat.
This is Originate.
Lost Professor.
Later joint. And you know what else was hot off this album? This is getting out. Later in the catalog.
Man, that one's ill.
This one right here. Hold up. This one right here.
Yeah, yo.
This one's Scarface. Remember? You from Baltimore? Sound like a bird.
Yo, line up with all the points on the block with the
I heard
That verse is
What's the
kind of
record? I heard a beat. I thought I had every Beatnuts record ever. Then I heard something.
And I hear that shit, all I hear is the little egg. Because once I got that egg, I was using that on all my beats. So you hear the
Yeah. And you just kept adding it.
I just add that shit to all my beats. You hear the egg on that shit.
Jesus.
Like, what
What's
were
the
you gonna
record? I thought I heard every
Secrets.
Beatnut record ever. And then
Line up with all the points.
is it something Duck? Is there a
Killing it.
record Duck?
Duck Season.
Duck Season.
Yeah, Babu
Season,
record.
yeah.
Babu,
Babu.
yeah. I was like, I thought I had every.
That's crazy too.
Why don't I have these records in here? I'm pissed off right now.
That one's ill.
Yeah.
All stars on the ad. Big men
Yeah.
coach dragon.
Syfe, get your life together.
know,
Yo,
what the
hey guys, where can people check the Beatnuts right now?
Right now, well, we're all over the place. Twitter, at psycho_less, Junkyard Jew, Instagram, psycho.
And you're traveling.
psycho
You do a lot of overseas stuff, right?
Yeah, a lot of overseas. We do features with a lot of people, Still doing production.
You think that it's too late? You think you guys could still stumble into a random smash?
Oh, hell, it's right around the block.
And
We
it,
got smashes right
come
now.
on, yo, son, for real. You know how it is. 20, whatever, 30 going on 20, 40 going on 30.
yep.
I'm time traveling, bro.
And well, I mean, listen, that's the funny thing about producing, right?
Get drunk,
I mean,
wake
listen,
up in another bar,
How old?
pass out, wake up in another bar.
How old do you think 45 King was when he stumbled on Hard Knock Life and Stan? Right?
Yeah, it's never too late, man. You know, we got hits forever, so as long as we keep it funky, we got joints, B.
Ciph?
I just want to shout out all the women, all the beautiful, sexy ladies. Or if you're ugly too, I appreciate that too. That listen
Not
to
the
all
ugly
that.
ones.
And
Why?
I just got one thing to tell you.
I know, thank you.
Cállate la boca. Y bájate
Bájate
los
los panty, yeah!
Asti spumanti.
I think that's a good place to close.
That was amazing.
Thank you, guys.
All love, B.
Oh, man, thank
Look
you
out for
guys
this
for having
compilation
us.
I got coming out also. It's going to be fire.
Thank you guys for loving us enough to even invite
Well,
us
I
up
want you
there.
to know, you have to understand that people love y'all. I hope you really know that. I mean, like, there's a lot.
love.
You
It's
know the
always
love
love.
is
Yeah,
real.
hell yeah.
As long as you guys
We
love
love,
us.
we love
True.
everybody back, man. Believe that. You know, that's why we still in the game.
There it is, the Beatnuts. Ciph, happy birthday, man.
Happy
Thank you, man.
birthday.
It's whatever.
That's
Happy
whatever.
birthday,
Feliz
baby.
cumpleaños.